Faker the unkillable Demon King. Not just for the trophies, not just for the titles, but for the moment. The split-second outplays, the impossible holds, the fights he shouldn't win, but somehow does. Here we will show you 14 times Faker impressed the world with impossible plays. Worlds 2017. SKT is on the brink. One more loss, and their Worlds run is over. Game 4. Match point. Faker locks in Galio, not a flashy assassin, not a carry, but a tank. A pick meant to protect. He's playing defensively, trying to hold the line. But mistakes build. Huni dies, Bang dies, Wolf dies. Only Faker and Peanut remain. RNG storms the base. Faker teleports in.
Goes Knight once again when you need someone, when you need anyone to...
One taunt, 3 players, just enough. No kills. But in that moment, he wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting not to lose. And sometimes, that's what greatness really is. Not an iconic play, but a refusal to fall. In the same match, even though T1 held the advantage, the goal difference wasn't that big, and BLG had champions who scaled well into the late game. T1 wanted to siege and extend the gold lead to bring the game to an irreversible point, but BLG wasn't going to let that happen. On the first flank, they found 4 players dove onto Zeus in the top lane. While Zeus brilliantly stalled all 4 of them, Faker joined the fight with Galio's ultimate.
4 members strong, the heroes entering.
Oh, Zeus!
Faker joins the fight. Elka with the stopwatch, Faker in the middle of them all, and it seems like death may have arrived, and his name is Faker. He's here for your lives. The rest of T1 begin his collapse. Faker's going to fall as he pops the stopwatch, manages to buy himself a second. Oda here to save his mid lane.
Just as this was happening, Knight tried to join the fight from mid with a teleport, but Korea stopped him with Poppy's ultimate. It was an absolutely insane and crucial play. If Ahri had joined the fight, BLG could have won, but Korea prevented that. After Zeus fell, Faker practically fought a 1 versus 4. He took down Elk and managed to survive until his teammates arrived. In that moment, he truly showed why he deserved the title of the unkillable Demon King. Afterward, T1 won the fight and became world champions for the 5th time. 2013, OGN Champions Summer. Faker plays Zed, so does Ryu. A mirror match, a duel, and a legacy in the making. The game is close, the stakes are high. Faker is pushed under turret. Ryu sees the kill, he goes in. Ultimate combo, full burst. Faker should be dead, but he isn't. Perfect dodge, turnaround. Ryu falls. 1 play, 1 second. That was all it took to draw the line between a good player and a legend. Same final series, and it was playing out like a game of table tennis, back and forth, 1 for T1, 1 for BLG. But there was a difference. While every player on BLG was performing steadily, T1 was relying on one man, Faker. After BLG took the lead at 2-1, they came into Game 4 like a storm, grabbing the early advantage. If BLG made no mistakes, they were going to close it out and become world champions. But Faker wanted that trophy for the 5th time. With a Sylas ultimate stolen from Rakan, he landed a brilliant engage.
Faker still here?
Faker looking for that flank, will seal away the quickness from On. Gets the charm, flashes in, finds 2. Equalizer in the back line as well as Faker.
Turning the team fight around and then securing Baron. That single play carried T1 into Game 5. That legendary pentakill by Faker with LeBlanc during the 2015 LCK Spring Split wasn't just a highlight, it symbolized the rebirth of SKT T1 and marked a shift in power across the Korean League of Legends scene. Because just a year earlier, SKT had missed Worlds. Now they were on a mission to be the best again. After a strong season, T1 faced the rising CJ Entus in the Spring Split, and in a dominant victory, it was Faker who put the final stamp on the game.
That from happening though. Wow, double kill for Faker. Now Bang. He's going to be looking for some resets. Duke getting a bit low, and with that slow, maybe he'll get away. Wolf coming in. Faker. Can he make something happen? Oh, really nice use of the spell. He says, yeah, it's a quadra kill for Faker.
With the first pentakill of his professional career, Faker made history and sent a message loud and clear. I'm still the best. For T1, the 2025 LCK regular season was nothing short of a nightmare. Not long ago, they were world champions, but now they were struggling with just a 60% win rate in the league. Their goal? To be one of the 2 teams representing the region at MSI. But things weren't looking good. Then came Match 10, T1 versus DRX. T1 played solid throughout the series, and the cherry on top, Faker's second pentakill of his career.
Carrier looking for that angle. Once again, UCal is singled out and destroyed. And T1 just making it an uncomfortable time in the Baron pit. This time it's an immediate triple kill for Faker. Can he find more? The answer is absolutely, as the GOAT may pick up a Penta. And in fact, he almost definitely will. He's the only one that does damage to the Scion. So there's the Penta kill for Faker. Faker with a Penta.
That victory gave T1 a surge of momentum, and from that moment on, they couldn't be stopped. They qualified for MSI and kept winning, until Gen G finally beat them in the MSI finals. Once again, SKT versus KT. These were the years when SKT was crushing the entire world, and now, Korea's two strongest teams were meeting in another grand final. Faker was playing Riven in the mid lane. He was countered, facing a tough matchup against Cassiopeia, but he showed incredible reflexes, turned the fight around, and secured the kill. SKT went on to win the series.
Coming in, double six, they get the flash from Nagne. Faker comes in, he's got the ult, he's got the kill.
They became Korea's champions once again and qualified for Worlds. At the end of that tournament, Faker lifted the Worlds trophy for the second time. In recent years, the rising threat of the LPL, China's league, was starting to give Korean teams a hard time. On day 2 of Worlds 2017, SKT faced EDG, and what followed was an epic match. EDG dominated from start to finish. They were certain victory was in their hands, but SKT had other plans.
Hiding, he's coming! Bang, looking to come in. Here comes your initiation. They're through! Faker Shockwave will find them all! And SKT, with a hell of a response, will take down 4!
They did it! They fought back!
Led by Faker, they played a flawless team fight and pulled off an impossible comeback. It was their way of saying, we're still the best in the world. T1 versus G2, a rivalry that's always been intense. And at MSI 2024 in upper bracket round 1, the two teams met once again. The series was back and forth, but in the final game, it was G2 who pulled ahead. Most importantly, they had a fully scaled Jinx. In a chaotic team fight in the mid lane, everyone thought it was over. G2 had it, but then...
Owner stretching, strike into the all-out, broken blade pulled across the wall. Here the last 6 shot happens, he finds one summer!
Faker, he saw what no one else did. He found the angle. He sniped Jinx. Just like that, T1 turned the game around. They took the win, sent G2 to the lower bracket, and advanced to face BLG. In the 2024 MSI lower bracket final, T1 and BLG went head-to-head in a full 5-game series. BLG came out on top 3-2 and earned their spot in the finals against Gen G. But when people talk about this series, there's one moment that always comes to mind. Faker playing Aurelion Sol.
Wanting to find more, he's got a flash of his own. The sidestep again. That one's going to miss.
Trying to escape Knight, dodging skill after skill with unreal mechanics. A moment burned into memory. No kill, no objective, just pure brilliance. The reigning world's champion, T1, once again found themselves in a final, facing their eternal rivals, Gen G. And just like it's been in recent years, Gen G took the series and were crowned LCK champions. But what everyone remembers isn't the loss.
And Gen V, it looks like they have done it for game number 1. Massive divide, though, and a chance here, but so much damage. As Quadra comes down from the side of Faker.
It's the play. Faker's Azir. That one moment, etched into memory. A reminder of why he's called the greatest of all time. At the annual Red Bull show match, held every year after Worlds, Faker once again left everyone in awe. In a lighthearted fun tournament sponsored by T1's partner Red Bull, he pulled off an insane play with Nico's ultimate. But it wasn't just the play itself, it was the reaction.
Pow, I feel Dracos.
Faker now coming to the backside, though! 4-man ulti carrier clean in house!
The look on the enemy players' faces, captured on camera, said everything. Pure disbelief. That's Faker, even when it's just for fun. 2016 World Championship Semifinals, a legendary series filled with unforgettable plays. It went all the way to Game 5, but in true Worlds tradition, SKT came out on top once again. They reached their 3rd Worlds final and brought home their 3rd championship trophy. Realizing the game was slipping away, Rox tried one last desperate move.
Do see Faker, and the cocoon's not going to land, though, so can they get anything else? The flash chase, it's Smith onto his face, looking for a little bit more, and he's not going to go down. Faker with just the ghost.
A flank on the top side, aimed right at Faker, but killing the unkillable Demon King? Yeah, it's never that easy. He didn't just win fights, he rewrote the rules. Not with power, but with precision, vision, madness. This isn't the story of a player, it's the legend of Faker. Subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.